Hello there guys and welcome back to the channel. Right, so I know I'm a bit late with this because I had a fairly important evening last night and busy day today, but we do need to talk obviously about the new release notes. I am still to do Kabam stream summary and well, basically discuss all the new bits of information that we have received about upcoming month of May. Well, this month of May. Upcoming update, version 4.44.1. Before I go any further, a special shout out to Messiah. It is Messiah's birthday today. And for those of you who have been around, he's an absolutely awesome friend, first and foremost, and also, member of the community. And I'm sure that many of you know him. So if you see him around in some chats or anywhere, wish him a happy birthday. He deserves it. So again, Messiah, happy birthday to you, bud. Now, let's see what happens in version 44.1. So obviously we do have the two new champions, and it is going to be Silver Sable and Negasonic Teenage Warhead. So a mutant and a skill champion upon release. We kind of discussed them in a separate video. Do look forward to both of them. I will check out from the stream where we likely got like early insights in their gameplay. At this point, I don't necessarily know which one of them is going to be, more exciting one and themed as attacker or defender. But it is important to note that Silver Sable upon release will be bugged against XL champions. I'm not going to harp on Kabam too much about it. At the very least, they are letting us know, and the implication is that the bug will only be there for a month. So we have obviously side quest as always, and then we're going to have our Spring of Sorrow. Spring of Sorrow is going to start on 15th of May. So obviously, I'll be streaming all of those challenges live, just a continuation of Winter of Woe. Some crazy good rewards there. Now we have a ton more Valiant players who will be able to take full advantage of the objectives and get the maximum amount of rewards, which I'm super happy with, because that just means more people will be engaged in Spring of Sorrow. And definitely look forward to all the challenges associated with it. Winter of Woe was, a good time, a good source of nice rewards. I love that they changed the way they distributed the rewards, that we got them gradually, week over week, as we got the points in the solo event. Much better system than previously, where you just get like a big lump at the end for Eternity of Pain. So that is definitely awesome. We also have champion updates. I will make a separate video about what I think of Mr. Sinister buff after I review a bit more gameplay. But the big change is that now he gains 3 random charges of genetic code at the start of the fight, which is gonna make his sig be more relevant. Lowers incoming bleed potency by 100%, which is awesome for various reasons, because he can throw those bleeds at opponents, which is great. Well-timed blocks now grant 250 potency 10-second bulwark buff, and now reduces skill champs purify chance by 25% each time they purify a debuff. This is kind of cool. So he can be an anti-purify champion as well against skills. Charging Heavy now grants 8-second 30% potency vicious passive instead of precision. Every 7 seconds, self-inflict a 0 potency 10-second bleed debuff instead of cruelty. Every 0.7 seconds. So Charging Heavy attack will let you get bleeds on yourself, which again can be used for willpower healing, or you can throw them at the opponent and generate damage that way. Also, Special 1 now reflects all dots back as degenerations, with a flat potency of 90% of Sinister's attack. Does not work against #robot. Special 1 will also self-inflict a 0 potency 20-second bleed debuff, which again, you will either willpower heal from or throw to the opponent. Now, it does look fairly interesting. I do like the idea of debuffing yourself and then throwing it at the opponent. That is something fairly fresh and something that we don't get too much of in the game, if at all. And in general, Mr. Sinister had a lot of good things in his kit. His biggest problem was always that he was just too finicky, too weak. The damage wasn't there. Viability wasn't there. So look forward to testing him out. New features and improvements. Discord link in settings. You can now find the link to the public model of Champions Discord through the settings menu. New ways to unlock your story progression levels. And this is going to be very interesting for the newer players, because currently the progression levels are obviously locked for Conqueror through Thronebreaker as you beat Act 4 to 6, and there might be some rank up materials as well. But now, if you're playing the game at your own pace, and if you're not willing to go through the story content, but you're still playing and accumulating champions, you will effectively get your progression levels just by having more champions that you have ranked up at higher levels, thus increasing your progression. And this might look irrelevant to a ton of people because it will still be easier for vast majority of the people to progress regular way. But I still think this is a very good addition. Because number one, the more people progress in a game, it's a good thing overall for the game. And most importantly, number two, there are very different people playing this game. Some people with disabilities who are just having a really, really rough time beating specific bosses where you need to be super precise. This game does have quite large, precision demand, where you need to know exactly what you're doing and you need to be able to execute it well. And even though story content for Act 46 has gotten significantly easier since it got released, I just do think that, some people with worse hand-eye coordination, some people with disabilities will definitely benefit from this greatly. So I do like that change and absolutely nothing against it. Incursions, challenge sectors. Challenge sectors are temporary additions to incursions that will take place once per saga. Beginning with the X Magic Saga, challenge sector. This difficulty is new sector, it's comparable to Sector 6, but summoners will only be able to use Saga champions. Get ready to conquer this new Incursions challenge. Definitely look forward to that. 100%. Want to see, how it goes, what are the rewards, and everything else. Alliance Quest buff update. For upcoming Alliance Quest, we will be adding 6 new bonus buffs for summoners to choose from when starting out. This choice nodes map, this will be for maps 4 to 8. Will now include 12 different bonus buffs based around each class to select from in order to assist players. I'm going to be honest, AQ is a chore. I guess this makes it slightly more interesting. It's not a bad thing. More options, more availability, more champions. Because, for instance, Cosmic buff currently revolves exclusively around armor breaks. And majority of the Cosmic champions don't armor break or hardly armor break. So, more options is good. But at the end of the day, it's still, AQ. Regarding unblockable effects, the release includes significant cleanup to various abilities in the game that allow characters to go unblockable or block such attacks themselves. This is similar to cleanup where we have previously done for unstoppable effects, but as unblockable is much more common ability, we felt it is worth explaining how we went about this and what rules are followed. I'm not going to break down this entire post, but I might make a separate video for it. But there will be more streamlined approach to unblockable effects. Most importantly, there are some unblockable abilities that didn't apply to certain unblockable abilities or that caught heavy attacks without clearly stating that they would. This is because some champions and nodes were claiming to use unblockable abilities, but were actually using code more in line with heavy throw attacks, block break. So that's a good thing. Again, they're streamlining the game, which I am for. I will read this and break it down in full, maybe in a shorter video separately. But I think exactly of it. But ultimately, I do think changes like that in a game this old are absolutely needed and could lead to less messy interactions. AI updates. And there we go. We mentioned a while ago that we were looking into the change to the AI to make baiting specials more reliable, especially with the champions whose dodge back animations cover more ground, such as Quicksilver and or most XL characters. We have been testing this out with CCP over the past month. Special thanks to MP Blaze and FinTech for going above and beyond. And I'm happy to announce that we're including this change in version 44.1 going live next week. We also said we are testing an update to Defender's use of the parry mastery. This ran some additional hurdles and we'll be delaying it until further build to make sure we don't actually increase how often defenders can parry. But we're confident we have a fix identified and we'll be shipping that out soon. Good. Now we just need to talk about dash back intercepts, not step back intercepts and light intercepts, and we might be cooking. And then there are obviously some bug fixes, which fixing issue with Archangel's abilities, shortlist displaying bleed several times. Okay. Ronan, that's fine. I don't think there's anything too major. Fixed an issue with Cersei's signature ability missing from her info page. So there's quite a lot of bug fixes actually. But I don't think there's anything too crazy or major as far as I know. Fixed multiple issues with Nick Fury preventing his purifiers from actually purifies and with him being immune to all debuffs for a short-term duration after knock. Okay, fair enough. Fixed an issue where Juggernaut thought he could get away with staggering an opponent's buffs even if stagger never applied. Did not know that, but hey. Either way, that is the upcoming month in short. So obviously looking forward to new incursions. Obviously looking forward to Winter of War. Not to mention all the other regular activities. We're going to get our new Battleground season, everything else. And we're also going to have Act 9.1 beta. So all that put together, I think we are in for, a very nice and active month, just the way that we like it. And let me know what you guys think. Which of the events or champions are you looking forward to the most? And I'll catch you guys soon. Bye-bye. Hello there guys and welcome back to the channel. So we have all the information about